Right, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be looking at this little McCulloch M53 petrol lawnmower. This is the self-drive, and the drive is actually driven on the front wheels on this. So I've never actually worked on a front drive mower before. I've had one of these in the past, but it was rotten as a pair all the way around here, so I just outed that. I didn't bother messing about with it. So this one has come in. The lady said it's a runner, but the drive don't work, so I've got a bit of fuel in it. So what we'll do now is we'll just give it a prime and see if it fires up. Right then, so there was a bit of fuel in it, only a little bit, not a lot. So we'll give it a prime. I don't feel like it's doing much, that primer. And it's staying in for a bit, look. So there's probably a bit of crap in there. So we'll see if it starts though. Right, so as you see there, it did actually start about third pull. It don't sound too bad. So the front drive is actually under here. As you can see, this is in a real dirty state. The lady said she used to use it on her farm. So it's full of grass cuttings up there. But it is a solid deck. It's got a few little blisters there. But I say it is still solid. So it's worth a punt, this little mower. So what we'll do now is we'll get it in the workshop and up on the table. Right then, so we are back in the polytunnel now. I've got the mower on the motorbike ramp. Getting a bit tight for spacing now because I've still got the phaser in here. I can't put that anywhere because I ain't got no covers for it, so it's going to stay in here and till it gets sold. But what I'm going to start off with doing, I was just going to get all this dead grass off and just get most of the debris off, so we're not introducing nothing into the engine once we start stripping this down. Once I've cleaned this off, we'll just back it up and see what's going on, if we can see anything under there, whether the belt's come off, whether the belt's broke, if there is a belt, or it could be a gearbox problem. So let me just clean this off a bit and we'll have a look underneath and I'll be back with you. Right, so I'll give it a little bit of a clean down. It's a bit more acceptable now to work on. So there's a little 8mm bolt here. We're just going to whiz this off. And I can see from around the edges there's loads of grass under there, so cool, that's well compacted under there. You can see it pushing up as I'm undoing the bolt. So I should say we could just have a grass problem under here, and it's might have chucked the belt off, or it just might just have wedged it, jammed. So how much that's raised up. Jesus Christ, look. So there we go, you're seeing it first sight of me, look. There we go, all that. So the belt, it's actually broke, look, and it's actually got grass welded to it. So it's obviously just got stuck with all this grass, and with it keeps turning, it's just actually given way. So we'll have to source a new belt for that. I'm not sure, we've got a couple in the workshop, but they're all varying lengths, so we might get lucky or we might have to order one. So at least we know it's just a belt issue. Yeah, so you pull the drive lever up, you just spin it backwards and the mower's trying to go back. So I'm happy with that gearbox, you can see it moving, look. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting a new belt for it and make sure we get all this old grass out of here. And I say, I've never actually done one of these on the front of a mower, which is quite nice actually, because when you're working at the back of them, it's normally boxed in, so it's nice just to have it all visible on show here. So right, so bear with me, I'm just going to go and look at the shed, see if we've got another belt for this, and we'll come back to you in a minute. Right, I've had a look through our selection of belts. We've only got a couple in there, to be honest, so I thought there was a few more than that. I haven't actually got any that small. The ones I've got are a bit bigger than that, so I will have to send off for that. So you probably won't see me fitting that on in this video. So what we'll carry on doing now is we'll get this top cover off, see what's going under there, we'll check the air filter, give it a good clean up, I don't think I'm going to go as far as repainting this one because it is solid. Like I said, it has got a few scab marks. I might touch them in with a bit of paint, but it's a second-hand mower at the end of the day, so we'll get a new drive belt ordered for it and we'll start stripping this engine casing off and seeing what it's like under there. Right, so what I'm going to do first is a couple of Phillips screws just on the top here. So that just removes that. See, it's like all this stuff, I like to clean all this off. So let's just stick that there and we'll put our parts in there. We'll just take this little bracket off here. We can give that a good clean up. I will put that screw back in there just for reference. And this is what I mean, just about all crap in there. I want to get all this cleaned. I'm not sure what we're going to do a car because it was running, but I just want to maybe I'll drop the bowl off the bottom of it and see what it's looking like in there. So we'll get this cleaned up now and then we'll spin the mower around and we'll check the air filter and have a look at the inside the carb bowl. So let me just get on with this. And with being out here, I don't have the air line, you see. I mean, it probably would reach out here, but it's just a bit of hassle going to get it and all that. So I'm doing it a bit the old school way without the tools, which is all right. Because not everyone has access to airlines and stuff, so it just shows that you can do it without all that stuff. We will take this recoil cover off as well in a bit. Oh, I've just got myself a little dustpan brush and just giving it a quick blast with that, and I'll just give it a bit of carb spray just in around that carb. So I'm just going to get me a ratchet now to take this cover off, and I believe they look like 10 mils on there, so we'll just take that out. There's probably about 2 on the rear as well. On the Briggs there's only 3 that hold the recoil on, but this is a bit of a bigger unit, this one. A deep reach one down there, but I think we're going to have to take this top cover off because you can't get to it because the tank is in the way for that one down there. So so there's them 3 there. That just gives us access to pull that back and get down there. There. Take that off. And I should say there's probably one on the other side maybe. Yep, and that one's just underneath here. So that's them 4 out. I think what I'm going to do is just take this petrol tank off. So there's just one bolt holding that on the back on the pivot there, and that's loosened that off. And I just need to get myself a set of pliers just to take this fuel clamp off. I'm just going to put that down there because we will get a bit of spillage come out of there. I say there's not a lot of petrol in this anyway, so the tank is tilted back, so hopefully we shouldn't get any fuel come out of this. There we go. Just going to pop that down there like that, keeping it up like that. And oh, there is another bolt there, so that's actually 5 that hold this top shroud on. There we go. I did check the oil earlier. There is this slightly overfilled. The oil don't look too bad, the colour. So I'm just going to drop all this down here Just reminding him, just remember that tank is up that way. And it's just bits like that, we can give all that a nice clean up, because all crap around your engine will actually make your engine overheat, work harder. So you want to try and keep it pretty clean if you can. Right then, so we'll just whip this air filter box off. So just get your flathead screwdriver. And I reckon this is going to be caked up. It's not caked up because there's not one in it, so there you go. But the box is actually full of crap. So we will take this off and we will be giving that a good clean. Normally 3 bolts on here, 2 that hold to the carb and then 1 fixing to the main bracket. God, they're all tight, these bolts. I think we've got on these bolts. They've got on there. The front of the car actually looks nice and clean, so we can surprise say no filter in there and all the crap's in the box. But I will still block the whole of the just have a gander going on there. You can see all that there. There's nothing in there at all. Really surprised about that. So just bearing in mind now that we've got that carburetor open, just give that a bit of a clean round there. Alright, that's got all the crap off around that. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to drop this bowl off. Let the fuel come out. And I'll just give that a tap. There we go. And that, let me just tip the petrol out and show you what's left in there. As you can see, it's pretty clean in there. There's hardly anything in there, so I probably won't give the carb a clean out. I'm just going to give this a clean, stop that introducing in that dirt in there, and then I'll probably just put that back on as it is and go from there. So just give that a spray. I'm just going to wipe that out with a clean rag. And it's the original carb, because I can tell because it's still got the spray on from when they sprayed the engines. Everything looks good in there, no blockages. So we're going to seat that back up there like that. And a lot of people would say, well, you've got it down that far, just give it a clean. But if it was running fine, why? You're just creating work for yourself when there's no need. When you're doing that up, don't go too mad, just nip it up. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put a bit of tissue in the front of that carb just to stop any crap going in there. I've got some blue roll here it's not very blue anymore where it's been in the polytunnel. Look, you can see it's just sun faded. So I'm just going to shove that in there like that. Packed it in nice and tight, so I've got no worries about anything going in there. And I'll give this a nice clean down this. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a clean up. I won't bore you and make you watch that. So let me clean all this crap off and then I'll come back to you. Right, so I've given that a bit of a dousing round. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting a few bits back together. And that will be with so we can drop that back on there like that. Just making sure you get your oil filler back to where it needs to be seated. There we go. Bolts to put your recoil back on. The last one trimmed this side. We'll put the back of the airbox on, just making sure you get your breather on there like that. That's fully on. And then you want your 3 bolts, which are 8mm. Just start them off to get them lined up. Right then, I'll get the fuel tank on. Just remember, put that on there like that, and get your grips. There we go. That can go on like that. There we go. So that's lovely. We can put this back on now. This top cover there. And it just goes on just like that. Get your Phillips screwdriver. There we go. Just nip that down. I got myself a fresh air filter there, so we'll get that put in. There we go. So all that we've got off now is the exhaust guard to go on, and the drive thing. I will put that on for now, just so until the new one comes. It's only one screw to take off, so we'll get that put on, and we'll take the plug out. We can stick this back on as well. This little yellow shroud here we got, which just clips on there with the 2 Phillips screws. Oh, I messed up there. Look, that black cover should have went on last, so we'll take that off and replace that to where it should be. So we'll whiz that back off. And then there it goes, just like that. Look, just neatens that edge up. I've noticed there is a bolt missing here, so they've cable tied it, so we'll have to replace that as well. Just give that a wipe down. I say we will replace this cover on, so it just goes under there like that. And it's the 8mm bolt again. And we'll whiz this plug out. I say I'm not bothered about the oil because it was alright. It was just on the mark. And the plug, to be fair, looks alright. I haven't got any plugs down yet. I've got some at home in the shed. So I might treat it to a new one when I come back to visit it to do the belt. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, it's not a bad little mower. I say it still wants the final clean up, but from where we started, it looks a lot better. I will get all this green off of around here. That'll all come off. So I need to chop that cable tie and put a winding bolt on there to fold the handles down just like we got up there. So everything's alright. The cables look good. Nothing wrong with them, all working freely. I'll give that a bit of a clean up. The old rear flap. Again, just wants the final clean, get all this green off. That will come off. A few scabs on it, but it's a second-hand mower at the end of the day. It is a 2011 there though. So it's 10 years old. And they do normally rot out these decks, so it's doing well for its age. And it is the McCulloch M53. So, and it's got the Briggs & Stratton 625 series engine. So lovely mower. Right then, so we're back outside now. Let's see if whatever I've done has either kept it running or if we created a problem for ourselves. So I reckon it's going to go, not a problem. So we'll give it a few primes. And let's go for it. Right, there we go. That was lovely. I did just notice I heard I haven't nipped that bracket up that's just up there, just under the recoil, so that just created a little rattle there, so I will just need to nip that up. But otherwise, we've got a nice little machine here that will do someone. Nice big wide cut on it. So I'll just order myself a new drive belt for it, and I probably will throw a new spark plug in that. Also, I've just got to tighten up that bracket as I just mentioned. So right then, well done if you're still here at the end of this video, because that means you're in for a chance of winning this Halfords Mini Advanced socket set for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I thought I'd just stick it at the end of the video so it's fair. I didn't want to advertise it as a giveaway because you get everyone coming to try and win it. So for the loyal people that stay there, watch the video all the way through, you're getting the chance to win this little socket set. And all you have to do is leave a like on this video, obviously subscribe to the channel if you ain't, and also just answer one question: what colour is the TZR Yamaha 125 bike that I'm rebuilding? So what colour scheme is it? You've either got the black and silver or the red and white. Out of them two I'm giving you, so drop a comment down below, either red and white or black and silver. It'll be a week on Saturday. We'll get this drawn out. I will try and go live and draw it. It won't be a live stream. It'll just be a little live 5 minutes just to get a few people in the room. We'll get the comment generator up and I will filter through just the ones with the right answer. So all you've got to do, what colour is the TZR that I'm rebuilding on the channel? It's either red and white or it's black and silver colour scheme. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you about.